Hello and welcome to Brain 10, where me, Christian, and
over here, the wrong way. Aaron, Aaron. Yeah, there you
go. Business partner. We brainstorm 10 ideas daily, and today it's episode 26, and we're going to brainstorm 10 ideas or 10 ways to grow your Instagram following. I know we talked about Instagram before, and it's a very important social platform, and we just want to help you out and give you some tips and some ideas on how to grow on Instagram. Now, this is not going to be any get rich quick scheme. Obviously, all of the ideas that we came up with. Also, we don't do this live. We don't come up with the ideas live, but we did brainstorming today. This is not, not going to be something quick and easy that you're just going to push a button and boom, a whole bunch of followers are going to come in. It takes work, it takes hard work, and consistency. So,
right.
Go ahead and yeah.
Oh, well, beforehand, I want to preface that if you aren't able to watch the whole show, or anybody who jumps in later and sees this part of the replay, we'll post the YouTube link down below over here. You can rewatch the video, or if you really don't want to watch us do that, we give away all of our show notes for you, and you can just copy those, take those tips, download them, copy them, whatever you want to do, and access them there. You really don't have to watch the show, but just so we know. And all right, yeah, I think that's it.
Perfect. Okay, number one, we're gonna start out with something that's very basic and everyone needs to do. It's going to be know your audience. So when we say know your audience, what we're saying is you don't want to just kind of post random things on your Instagram account without a plan. You want to know who you're talking to. And once you know who you're talking to, then you can control your content, control the images that you share, the videos that you share, how you share them, what exactly you say on that, on those. So for example, I know one of our clients is a clothing boutique. So we have to do and create content that's relevant for people who are going to be interacting with that content. So we have to figure out, who's their demographic, what are their interests, what are their likes, and all that stuff. At the same time, we have to stay consistent with her brand and what she stands for, but at the same time, targeting those people. So number one, know your audience.
Yes. Yeah. And I think that's a really good point. A lot of people just post a lot of topics out there, post a lot of pictures, and it's not necessarily relevant to their audience. So we're trying to tell you, I know this is more of a general topic of what you were saying about the audience, but get into you should know it as a brand, know your business and the demographics, because that will change the way your outlook for Instagram and just marketing in general would work. Okay, so number 2 is build relationships with other Instagram accounts, and it does not have to be industry specific. So, for example, Christian and I, we not only work with small businesses, but we also have our friends on Instagram who we communicate with. This would be other people who are posting relevant things in our industry, but doesn't have to be our industry, and we're getting in on those conversations, talking to those people. And then it's not only grown from Instagram, but we've jumped on and had them come in, meet us on like Snapchat or Facebook, where we can just get a more in-depth relationship with it. And so a lot of it's just like liking their pictures, commenting back on their pictures, and being genuine. That's huge. And I think that's actually another step. I don't want to get too far into that one, but definitely just creating friends on there, because for us anyway, as a marketing agency, a marketing company, we are not industry specific. So being friends with Top Golf here in Dallas and giving them some marketing tips, or like giving them exposure, not only helps them, but helps us basically.
Yeah, exactly. I know you said like commenting and stuff like that, but it's so easy to, to start those relationships. And if you're the one who wanted to grow, you're the one who should, make that first step and even offer them something for something, A lot of people do those shout out for shout out. But you can really, repost some of their material and they'll do the same. And that's just right there, maybe twice, 3 times the following that you have, they have maybe, and vice versa. So you can increase, your exposure basically by building these relationships.
Yes. Number 3.
Okay. Number 3 is consistency in your posting. So like any other social media network, you got to make sure that you stay consistent with what you're doing and your plan. So industry average, or what the experts say that the amount of posts that you should do on Instagram is 1.5 per day. So like, throughout the week, you may want to have 8 or 9, if you're doing 1.5 per week. I know we, for example, we're doing once a day, and that's it. That's all we're doing, once a day. And we've been, been keeping consistent, and even consistent with the time that you're posting too. Maybe some people expect you to post at a certain time, or maybe it's more relevant. Maybe your audience, it's there at that specific time. So that's why it makes sense for you. But again, make sure you stay consistent with your posting.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing. We see so many people that like have awesome consistency for a little while, and then they just drop off. And once you see that, it's like your page stops growing at that point. So whether you have to hire somebody in, or creating the content's tough, we'll get into some ways to create content, but just make sure you stay consistent, make the time for it. Instagram is a great network to, like I was saying earlier, to leverage something, not only Facebook or LinkedIn or something else later, but there's just a lot of avenues to grow your business outside of Instagram. Okay, moving on here to number 4. All right, so going to the first picture that someone posted, and if they follow you anyway. So let me step back. If somebody follows you, the normal person or normal business would be like, yeah, let me follow them back. If it's relevant, if it's real, if it's not a spam account, that's what our philosophy too. But one step above that, to really get followers, to get people engaged, go to that person who followed you, like their very first picture, and then comment and let them know, thank you for following me. I appreciate the follow, etc. Be genuine though. Don't copy and paste. Don't just put random emojis. We have people all the time commenting on our stuff. We'll have like 15 comments on our Instagram account, and 3 or 4 of them will be like, this is so cool, or like the peace sign or something. We know that they're spam. Sometimes I'll call them out and be like, oh, did you really understand that? And it's like not relevant at all. So it just makes them look bad. You're better off not commenting than make yourself look like a fool. So be authentic with that. And it does say a lot. People understand. People see the comments because there isn't as much comments. And when you do leave that comment and it is authentic and it's genuine, then you resonate with that person. You're building a relationship. But like Christian was saying at the beginning of the show, this is not a quick fix. It is going to take time. If you get 50 to 100 followers a day, picking out the right ones and going and commenting, like you got to put in the work, but it will grow.
Right. Yeah, I think a lot of the ones, it's like, what was it? Like it could be like a white background with some black text, and people would say like, "Oh, nice shot."
Yeah,
that's not a picture, dude. That's text and a background.
Exactly.
Okay, so we are on number 5. Okay, number 5. It's use hashtags. I mean, I know, for example, me, for my personal brand, my personal account, my Christian Pinion account, I don't use a lot of hashtags. But obviously I do have people who follow me and who are interested in my picture. So, you get the likes that way. When you're starting out as a brand, as a small business, you obviously don't have an established following unless you go out and tell your friends and family, to go follow your Instagram account. But when you're starting out, you have, very little following. It's really hard to, kind of like get the ball rolling. So what you need to do is you need to use hashtags, a lot of hashtags. Now, I'm not saying like an exorbitant amount, but, a good chunk of like, 10, 8, 10, maybe 15 hashtags. Obviously you want to use stuff that's relevant to the picture that you're showing. and maybe add one or two that are not so relevant, but still maybe you can tie them up to there. That way, a lot of people who are searching for those hashtags will find your picture and like them. We've done this for almost all our pictures that we just recently started doing with our Instagram account, and I mean it works. I mean it brings a lot of likes to your pictures, a lot of comments, and a lot of followers.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, Crystal.
Thanks for jumping in, Crystal.
And so yeah, again, just use a lot of hashtags, and make sure that they're relevant with the industry that you're working with. So
right. And then McCall Logic down here put a link there. It's like the top hashtags on Instagram, and so I will go one level above with using the hashtag. So you want to have something that's branding yourself. So we use our Instagram hashtag BitBranding because it's ours. We're branding it. It's whenever people use it, it's like we want to own it. There's also other big hashtags like small business. If it's over 1 million, you're going to get some exposure, but it's just so many people just clicking and liking. I don't think that it does as well. So anything that's like 100 to 200,000, those are your real markets right there. And you can there's stuff out there like BuzzSumo or Outreach Ninja where you can find out what are the popular hashtags or what's popular in the area and using those hashtags. So what I'm trying to say is basically use the big business or the big hashtags like small business, but also be more niche as well. Yeah, finding a popular niche hashtag would be a goal. That's what McCall said. Exactly. Yeah, so brand yourself. It's going to be out there. Okay. And that was number 5, right?
Yeah.
Okay, moving on to number 6. So Instagram, I guess it's been about a year now. They launched in 2015 the location tool, where basically you can search by location. And this is huge. You want to in your community. So I always say if you're starting out, do it very, very niche. Do it in your community. For example, we're in Texas, and we would do our local city there. Our PO box, our addresses in Allen. So we would just attack the Allen community, become a resource there. Use the location for our Instagram posts, but also anybody else who's using the Allen, Texas location. We can go and find them. They're relevant to us. Just because they're at Topgolf doesn't mean that they're not a business owner. It doesn't mean that they're not somebody else, but you're engaging with your community, growing your community, and just always start in your small location. I would say start in your own location or where your demographics at, and then grow from there.
Yeah. All right. So number 7. It's kind of almost like a lot of the same stuff that we've been talking about. It kind of overlaps a little bit. But this one is specific to influencer accounts. So you want to get onto influencer accounts and get into some of the conversations that it's going on in the topic section. So a big example, Sumo Me, Gary Vaynerchuk. I mean, I'm talking about us specifically. A lot of these, bigger accounts have ongoing conversations in the comment section. So you want to jump in on those, and this could even go back to making relationships or establishing relationships with other people. You may want to continue a conversation, and then maybe even send them a direct message, and keep the conversation going, connect with them, follow each other, and because you like the same person, you're commenting on their picture. That means that you have a what is that called? A common
interest. Yeah.
So common interest. Yeah, you'll have that in common. So you'll be able to, connect with that person. I mean, in theory. But yeah, I mean, number 7 is basically, get into conversations of influencers. So that is, I mean, it could be companies, it could be people in your industry who, are the top people. People who have a lot of followers, a lot of conversations going in their pictures and videos. So,
right. And if you don't know that, that'd be step 1. You need to find out who's killing it in your industry, who you need to follow. So, definitely a step 1. And not only like to piggyback onto that, I would say like not only are you creating that dialogue, but anybody else who's jumping into those conversations, if you have a running conversation, those comments are there forever.
Mm-hmm.
Your name's going to be there. So it's just your name out there just one more time, two more times, three more times. It's just thrown out at more nets. Okay, so number 8, like you're saying, this kind of it all relates, but being authentic, being yourself. If it's not your business, so let me step back. Christian and I defined what our company persona is, what our company is going to do, how they act, how they comment, how they do things, and you need to kind of create a persona for your brand. And this allows you to be authentic and to be genuine. You don't want to be like everyone else. If everyone else just likes a picture instead of follows them or comments back or does that, then you're just going to sit in, you're not going to grow, and it's going to probably be the wrong people. So whatever's unique about you and your business, there's got to be something, or whatever company you work for, whatever's unique about you guys, use that as leverage to go out there and use that. So a good example is Sumo Me. We love them actually. So disclaimer, we don't get paid to say that. We know that Noah Kagan loves tacos, and everything he does is like Noah Tacos Kagan, or he'll put like a taco inside of like an emoji or the taco emoji and like stuff that he sends out. So he's branding himself that way. He's unique. The way that they do marketing is a little unique, but they also have that personality. And I remember it. I mean, I'm talking about it right now. So if you have something that is unique to your brand, keep doing that, being authentic and genuine, and people actually are interested in it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I mean, Gary's like, he's just loud, he cusses, and just have, high energy. So
okay, so let's we got a question down here. McCall, we will answer that question towards the end. Let's get through these 10. We got 2 more, or a bonus one too, and then we'll answer that question because it's a really good question.
pretty cool. Okay, so number 9 is posting high quality graphics. This goes back to, I mean, I've talked about this actually last week. Design matters. We want to make sure that everything that you make is good, beautiful, not pixelated, not blurry. Make sure that the size is correct. Basically, we are wired to be attracted to good design.
Mm-hmm.
It's just pleasing to the eye. So it's something that nowadays you just have to be really on top of it, especially with retina displays coming out and 4K displays coming out and all that stuff. You need to have that high quality content out there in order to really attract and keep people. I see so much almost like crap, but it just looks bad. It looks really bad. Some of the stuff that people post is kind of like pixelated. It just doesn't look good. Colors are clashing. Maybe fonts are clashing. 2 really good companies that we use.
I can put the links down there while you talk. I got the links right here.
Canva and Brandr. Oh, I was just doing that. I don't know if you had that. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I got the links.
And Brandr. Brandr is specifically for small businesses. Yeah, Canva you can use for actually Brandr is specifically for Instagram. You can do anything, but mainly it's that square format. With Canva, you can do anything. You can do Facebook, Instagram, everything. But they have free versions of some of their stuff. A lot of paid content that you have to use. But for the most part, you can use it, the free version or the free things that they offer on each of those apps. And a lot of them have preset templates. So you can get ideas from that, or even the paid templates, you can still see them and kind of replicate something similar to that. So,
yeah. And I think that, we're attracted obviously to, and us as in like humans are attracted to high quality, but Instagram specifically, you could probably get away with a crappy quality picture on Facebook, and it may, just because it's funny, get the reach. But with Instagram, they're scrolling through it. Here's like a company phone or whatever. But like they're just scrolling through it. You have a split second to catch that attention on the news feed. So if it's not high quality, you're getting passed up. And those companies right there that Christian mentioned, the Canva and Brandr, you can create high quality images. You can create those beautiful Instagram posts, and you're going to get seen more. Just a rule of thumb: don't ever take an Instagram picture from your phone as it's happening. So if you're going to get a sunset picture or something like that, don't take it with your Instagram app and post it there. It's just 99.9% of the time it is a horrible quality image, and it just doesn't resonate with Instagram users.
A company that I think it's killing it on Instagram. It's Taco Bell. And I recently just followed them, and a lot of their stuff is just really, really, really good.
Awesome. Yeah. Okay. So last one here is social pollination. So Instagram is great. You can promote yourself. You can brand yourself. You can be authentic and grow it that way. But the best way, or another great way to do it, I guess, would be to social pollinate. And what I mean by that is, if you have a Facebook page or you have Facebook in general, which statistically I'm guessing you guys do, tell people about it. Tell them that you have a business. Tell them that you're on Instagram, that they should follow you. Don't be annoying and forcing them to follow you or posting it all the time. But do let them know and remind them, once every 2 weeks or so, put it out there. Put it out there in a tweet. Use your other social medias that you have higher leverage and higher profile access on to tell them to follow you on Instagram. And that's really all it is sorry. My computer's, can you still hear me?
Yep.
Okay. I was like slowing down a little bit. But basically, that's all it is using the resources that you have now and just spreading that out. And these are proven results. We don't do any of the, let me just do a little caveat here, is to say that, these are proven results. This is how we've grown our Instagram account. This is how we advise companies and clients that we work for and with to grow theirs. So we know that these strategies work. But like Christian said in the very beginning, it does take time. The more consistent you are and the more you take these tactics, you can grow with it. So that is it. All right, you want to wrap up the recording, and then we can answer McCall's question?
I don't think I'm going to go through all of these, right?
No.
Okay.
No.
Anyways, thank you everyone for coming in, jumping in, commenting. We're still going to answer some of those questions. We're just going to pause the recording real quick. We do record these for our YouTube channel and also for Blab. Our YouTube channel is...
I got the link here.
The link, Aaron has it down there. And again, our names are... My name is Christian, and this is...
Aaron.
We're still practicing that. Again, it's Brain 10. This was episode 26, 10 plus ways to grow your Instagram following.